Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Katie and Deacon's sizzling hookup, will Sheila find out? The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Katie Logan, Heather Tom, has been spending time with Deacon Sharp, Sean Cannon, and Sheila Carter Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown. Katie has been talking about the situation with Penelope Poppy Nozawa, Romy Park, and the Il Giardino murders. However, Poppy will soon be released. When the real killer is exposed, that could give Katie another reason to talk to Deacon. Could these chats end up turning into passion? Keep reading to find out what could happen next with this storyline. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. El Giardino murder mystery. Then B spoilers reveal that first Tom star, Clint Howard, was murdered, then Paul Hollis W. Chambers. At first, Steffi Forrester Finnegan, Jacqueline Mifsins Wood, and Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, claimed Sheila was guilty. Although Sheila was later cleared and released, it meant a killer was still out there. B spoilers, Poppy Nozawa's arrest. After Poppy was arrested for the murders, the truth began to unravel. Poppy remains behind bars and still has no idea she was framed by her own daughter. In the meantime, Katie has been talking about the double murders with Deacon and Sheila. It seems for the most part Katie and Sheila are civil, but do have some tense exchanges. Most of Katie's conversations are directed toward Deacon and not Sheila. The bold and the beautiful spoilers. Luna Nozawa's exposure. The bold and the beautiful spoilers reveal that Luna is the one who killed Tom and Hollis. Luna is also holding Steffi in a case and admitted to setting up Send Forrester Dominguez, Dylan de Metz. Luna is also planting smooches on her non-dad. So when the truth comes out, Katie will probably go see Deacon to discuss it. Normally, Sheila might be there. However, I have a feeling that this time, Sheila will be checking in on John Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, after Steffi's rescue. Could something happen between Deacon and Katie? B spoilers. Sheila Carter Sharp betrayed. Deacon and Sheila have both been on their best behavior and not causing problems. However, what happens if Sheila's true love betrays her? What if Sheila finds out that Deacon and Katie are getting freaky? Will Sheila turn back to her old ways and go after Katie? Or could there be an unexpected twist? Everyone will expect Sheila to go after Katie. What happens if Sheila doesn't do what's expected for once? Could Sheila truly be a changed woman? Katie Logan had always been the sensible one, the rock of stability among the Logans, Forresters, and Spencers. But even the most grounded person has their limits, and Katie was teetering dangerously close to hers. After her complicated history with Bill Spencer, she had begun to realize that a change was in order, a fresh start, away from the chaos and heartache of the past. But as fate would have it, life in Los Angeles rarely allows anyone to escape the entanglements of drama, passion, and betrayal. It was late evening when Katie found herself at El Giardino, the restaurant that had become the hub for LA's movers and shakers. She had gone there for a quiet drink, to mull over the latest developments in her tumultuous relationship with Bill. But her thoughts were soon interrupted by a familiar figure approaching her table, Deacon Sharp, looking as roguish and confident as ever. Katie Logan, what are you doing sitting here all alone? Deacon's deep, playful voice carried an air of mischief, and despite herself, Katie smiled. There was something about Deacon that always intrigued her, even though she knew he was trouble. I could ask you the same thing, she replied, raising an eyebrow. Are you still moonlighting as a restaurateur, or are you just here to charm your patrons? Deacon chuckled as he slid into the seat across from her. A little bit of both. But tonight I'm here because I spotted a beautiful woman sitting by herself, and I thought I'd keep her company. Katie rolled her eyes, but she didn't move to stop him. Deacon was notorious for his silver tongue and flirtatious ways, but there was a sincerity in his gaze that night, a vulnerability he didn't often show. It caught Katie off guard, and for a moment, she let her guard down. You know, I'm not really in the mood for flattery tonight, Deacon, she said, swirling her drink in her glass. It's been a rough few weeks. Deacon leaned forward, his eyes softening. I heard about you and Bill. I'm sorry, Katie. You deserve better than all the back and forth with him. Katie sighed, the weight of her recent struggles pressing down on her. She had always been loyal to Bill, even when he didn't deserve it, But after years of deception, affairs, and half-hearted apologies, Katie was beginning to wonder if her loyalty was misplaced. "Maybe I do," she admitted quietly. "But I've been stuck in the same cycle for so long, I don't even know what better looks like anymore." Deacon reached out, placing his hand over hers. His touch was warm, grounding. "You're stronger than you think, Katie. You've always been the one who sees through the lies, who keeps everyone else in line. Maybe it's time to let go of all that and just live a little." Katie glanced at him, unsure whether he was offering genuine advice or trying to seduce her. But the intensity in his gaze wasn't just about attraction, it was about understanding. Deacon, for all his faults, had experienced his own share of pain and regret. They were two people who had been broken by love, and in that moment, Katie felt an undeniable connection with him. As the evening wore on, the conversation between them deepened. Deacon, who had once been a pariah in her eyes due to his past schemes, was showing her a side of himself that she hadn't expected. He was witty, thoughtful, and, to her surprise, genuinely interested in her feelings. For the first time in a long time, Katie felt seen. One drink turned into two, and before either of them realized it, the tension between them shifted from emotional to electric. Deacon's hand lingered on hers, and the air around them thickened with unspoken desire. Katie could feel the pull between them, a magnetic force drawing them closer. She had been starved for affection, for a connection that wasn't tainted by lies or betrayal. "Deacon," she began, her voice barely above a whisper, but before she could finish her thought, Deacon closed the distance between them, his lips brushing softly against hers. The kiss was gentle at first, testing the waters, but when Katie didn't pull away, it deepened into something more passionate, more intense. They broke apart, breathless, eyes locked in a mix of surprise and desire. Katie's mind raced. What was she doing? Deacon Sharp was the last person she should be getting involved with, especially considering his recent entanglement with Sheila Carter. But in that moment, none of it seemed to matter. For once, Katie wanted to act on impulse, to feel alive again. "Maybe you're right," she murmured, her lips curling into a small, mischievous smile. "Maybe it's time I lived a little." The next few hours were a blur of stolen kisses and heated whispers as they made their way back to Deacon's apartment. It wasn't just about the physical attraction, it was about finding solace in each other, two wounded souls seeking comfort in the most unexpected place. But as the night wore on and the heat of their passion began to cool, the reality of their actions started to set in. Katie knew that getting involved with Deacon was dangerous, not just because of his past, but because of the ticking time bomb that was Sheila Carter. Sheila, who had become fixated on Deacon, would not take kindly to discovering that he had moved on with someone else, especially not someone like Katie Logan. Sheila's jealousy was a force to be reckoned with, and her unpredictability made her a threat to anyone who crossed her path. As Katie lay in Deacon's arms, her mind began to race. What had started as a night of passion was quickly turning into a potential disaster. If Sheila found out about their hookup, there was no telling what she might do.